Despite sharing many similarities with its predecessor, young Sheldon, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage made the smart choice to alter a significant aspect of the sitcom structure. Just the title of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage indicates that the program isn't a straightforward continuation of young Sheldon. The Big Bang Theory spinoff clarified what went wrong with Sheldon's brother Georgie's first marriage, whereas the original prequel concentrated on Sheldon's early years and adolescence. Georgie and Mandy appeared to be a happy young couple in the conclusion of Young Sheldon, but in the sibling realignment, episode 23 of season 11 of The Big Bang Theory, Georgie mentioned an ex-wife. According to this little bit of folklore, Georgie and Mandy's marriage was always bound to end in divorce or separation, but it was unclear why they broke up at the time. As a result, the main plot of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was novel for all of the young Sheldon character comebacks. Even though Georgie and Mandy's first marriage gave the comedy franchise a new central plot, the spinoff still had the potential to come across as a simple Young Sheldon sequel. After all, supporting characters like Pastor Jeff ultimately made a reappearance, while Missy, Mima, and Mary all returned to play Young Sheldon. The sitcom might have come across as a poor sequel if Georgie and Mandy's first marriage had been Young Sheldon without Sheldon. Thankfully, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage made a bold artistic decision in the first scene of the show to forge its own identity. Even though Georgie's late father, George Sr., was later featured in the Young Sheldon character comebacks in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, the show had already distinguished itself from Young Sheldon with a significant shift. Interestingly, Young Sheldon's spinoff developed a distinct personality by resurrecting an abandoned cliché from The Big Bang Theory. The show instantly felt more like The Wonder Years than The Big Bang Theory because of Young Sheldon's use of narration and decision to forgo the multi-camera format. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is a classic multi-camera sitcom with a laugh track, unlike Young Sheldon, which is a single-camera sitcom with a narrator. The episode instantly seemed more like Malcolm in the Middle or The Wonder Years than The Big Bang Theory because of Young Sheldon's use of narration and decision to forgo the multi-camera format. On the other hand, the reappearance of the ubiquitous laugh track made Georgie and Mandy's first marriage feel more like The Connors or The Big Bang Theory. The laugh track in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage distinguishes it from Young Sheldon, and the spin-off already shared characters and a setting. The laugh track from Georgie and Mandy's first marriage helped the episode stand out from Young Sheldon, which was crucial in attracting viewers. The sitcom felt like a straight sequel because Georgie and Mandy's first marriage began immediately after Young Sheldon concluded, and the show's unaltered meme opposition didn't make it feel any less derivative of its predecessor. This laugh track was a crucial shift because Georgie and Mandy's first marriage and Young Sheldon were both period plays set in the 1990s, which further resembled each other. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, which draws as much from 1970s network sitcoms as Young Sheldon did from nostalgia sitcoms, has a more expansive and humorous tone than its predecessor thanks to the laugh track. Given that the plot of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is inevitably darker and more depressing than that of Young Sheldon, the creators made a smart decision. The show's title alone makes it clear that it is about a couple who will eventually be divorced. So in order to avoid coming across as depressing, the spinoff really needed to be outrageous with its humor. The first marriage of Georgie and Mandy acknowledged that their laugh track was dangerous. One of the first lines of the spin-off hokey sitcom laugh tracks were joked about. However, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage recognized early on in the pilot that employing a laugh track on a sitcom in 2025 was a hazardous move. Georgie mentioned how much he likes programs that, in his own words, inform the audience when to laugh before the Mary story in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage started. This self-aware joke addressed the off-screen format change between Georgie and Mandy's first marriage and Young Sheldon, establishing that the new series will be more self-referential, less dramatic, and funnier. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage had to make it clear right away that the series will be far more expansive and ridiculous than the last season of Young Sheldon. At times, Young Sheldon became rather grim, especially in its final 2 seasons. Funeral, the show's penultimate episode, was a profoundly emotional and poignant glimpse inside Sheldon's distinct mind and the difficulties he encountered processing strong emotions. Georgie's sly recognition of the format change was a great move because Georgie and Mandy's first marriage needed to make it clear right away that the show will be far more expansive and ridiculous than Young Sheldon's last season. The success of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage shows its greatest shift. The tone becomes lighter and less nostalgic as the laugh track is paid off. The first spin-off of The Big Bang Theory had a faint aura of nostalgia. Even though Young Sheldon characters like Missy and Paige might not have been completely idealized, Young Sheldon concentrated on a gentler, sweeter family that looked out for one another, whereas The Big Bang Theory followed a group of pals who were always making cruel, witty jokes at each other's expense. Although the Coopers were far from ideal, Young Sheldon possessed a romanticized sense of nostalgia that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was unable to match. Since the spin-off is about a couple that viewers already know will end their relationship, it would be strange to show their eponymous marriage as a happy, idealized union. Rather, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage needed to resurrect some of the Big Bang Theory's detachment. And since sitcom convention adds certain unstated character expectations, a laugh track was the ideal medium.